Welcome to the Inception Closer. My name is Shane, and in today's video, I'm going to be talking about the interview process. I'm going to make this into a little video series because once you get past the how do I get on the phone with a prospect, how do I handle the think it over objection, how do I deal with price, how do I handle the partner objection, all this kind of stuff. Once you get past that, you're going to get into the stage where you're going to be interviewed by more and more clients. So the process shifts a little bit because now you're going to be handling different objections with the client than it would be with the prospect. Just a little bit different. So what do I mean by that? You're going to get questions like, excuse me, you're going to get questions like, how much experience do you have selling high ticket offers? You're going to get questions like, how much experience do you have, period? Or, what is your selling experience? All this kind of stuff. Tell me a little bit about your background in sales. All this. This is going to come up. And if you don't handle it right, they're going to turn into objections, because at the end of the interview, it's going to be, I need to think about it. It's ironic. It's funny. It's like a paradox in some ways. So you need to be able to control the interview just like you're doing a presentation with a prospect or a potential client. So let's just say you're in the interview. They have their script. They do. They have their way of presenting and trying to figure out where you're sitting. You know, if you're able to jump on full time, what your background experience is. They have all these questions ready to rock and roll. So what I like to do is I like to say, as they're beginning, I like to say something like, okay, cool. Before we begin, can I ask you a couple of questions off the record? Because when you say off the record, it means they don't have to follow their script right away. They can relax a little bit, but this is where you begin your sales presentation, your selling, if you will. So I say, do you mind if I ask you a few questions off the record? They say, yeah, sure. I'm like, oh, I'm curious. How long have you been with this organization? And then they'll tell you. You'll see their countenance and their guard go right down, because they're like, wow, this person is actually talking about me instead of me always asking them questions. It gives them a chance to just relax, and it gets you to know a little bit more about the company. So then I would ask questions like, okay, what made you decide to work with this organization? Why and how long have you worked with them? What do you like about them? Sound familiar? Does this sound familiar? What don't you like about the organization? You know, and when they go into detail, you're taking mental notes of what stands out to them, because they're going to talk about culture. They're going to talk about fitting in as a family. All the important things that you need to be able to understand if they were to bring you on board. So let's just get towards the end of the interview, and these are some questions that I ask. It's a little bit Inception-like, if you will. And these are ideas that I also got from Jeremy Miner, Matt Ryder, when it comes to your sales presentation. So I'm just flipping it over into an interview scenario. So I would say something like, do you feel after everything that you've learned from me that I would be someone that would fit into your culture? They say yes. Why though? What what stands out for you? You know, why do you think I would fit into your culture? And you get them to sell you on the idea of you working for them. So you can dig a little bit deeper. And then another question would be, well, so do you feel that I could fit into your organization? Why? How do you feel about me blending into your family? Why? Or how do you feel about me blending into your family seamlessly? So based on everything that you've heard so far, how do you see us working together? Besides experience, what is important to you if I join your organization? So based on everything that you heard from me, how do you feel about my abilities to control a conversation? But why is that important to you? Why is that important to you now, though? After our chat, do you feel comfortable bringing me on board? Or after our chat, do you feel comfortable bringing me on board? Do you feel it's appropriate to add another family member? That one's a little different. How do you feel about introducing me to the family? Why? Why is fitting in important to you? Why is me fitting into your culture important to you? How would you feel knowing that you brought someone that fits into your culture seamlessly? How would that make you feel? Why? Tell me more about that. What do you mean by that? So, when is the earliest that you can bring me on? When is the earliest that you can adopt me into your family? Why do you feel like you'd like to bring someone like me on board? Why do you feel like you'd like to bring me on board? Well, I don't really have anything more to ask. So if you feel it's appropriate, I'd like to discuss what happens next. What other questions do you have for me? Well, I don't have anything to add, and it looks like we've covered everything that you're looking for. Really, the next step is just to make some kind of arrangement for bringing me on board. You know, how would you like to proceed? So, I'm still tweaking that, but those are things that you can ask that puts the ball back in their court. And eventually, if you do it right, during the whole presentation, chances are they'll probably forget about asking you if you've ever handled any objections. What was the most difficult objection you've had to handle? What is the highest ticket that you've had to sell? What is your experience? Because you're controlling the interview and you're answering all their questions by controlling a sales manager that is at the top of their game. So if you come in and you're controlling the conversation in a nice manner, in a professional manner, do you not think that you will stand out from all the little birdies? I hope this has helped you. Thanks for watching, and I hope to continue this series. If you like this type of content, let me know in the comments. Like the video. Don't forget to subscribe on your way out. We're on our way to 400 subscribers, and I'd like to get there sooner than later. Thanks again. See you in the next video.